one help, one. Okay, parasitism. How would you summarize that? One help, one harm. Very good. So one help, one harm. Okay, so now next thing we're going to do is, so you guys don't have to memorize this stuff. I guarantee you guys are going to learn this by doing this thing. Basically, we're going to connect we're going to attach meaning to these three different definitions by using some physical motor skills or motor movements. So we're going to make a connection here. So first thing I want you guys to do is I want you guys to put your hands out like this.
Hands out.
Hands out like this. I want you to raise the hand that is controlled by the left side of your brain.
Say what?
It's your right side, isn't it?
Whichever one you
Yes, right. I knew it was the right side.
Is it the upper? Wait, say what?
So I want you to raise the hand controlled by the left side of your brain.
What do you mean control?
It's right.
So you raise your right hand. So remember, your left controls your right controls your left side.
I figured that.
So put your hands back out in front. I want you to raise your hand controlled by the right side of your brain. Okay, put it back to the middle. I want you guys to raise your hand controlled by the left side of your brain. Okay, I want you to raise a hand controlled by the right side of your brain.
Why are you doing that? Wait, did you want to keep the other one?
Put the hand up controlled by the right side of your brain.
This is not. Is this like Hokey Pokey?
That's a little bit. I'm just trying to get those movements. Alright, so next, get it back to the middle. I want you guys to cross the hand that's controlled by the right side of the brain over the hand controlled by the left side of the brain. Perfect. Continue thinking. I want you to clasp them together. Okay, bring it on the inside. Like this. Take a deep breath. In.
Oh, I'm so full. That hurts my stomach.
That's too much Taco Bell. Let it out.
Oh goodness, no.
Okay, so basically what you guys just did, this is just an exercise you guys can do for tax tests. What this does is, it basically connects your left side of your brain to the right side of your brain, so you're more, you really do feel a lot smarter? Nah, get out of here, are you serious?
Do you do that every morning?
No, I don't need to. I'm always on top of things. I'm always 100% putting them down. I'm just kidding, I do it every morning.
I have a bigger headache now,
So guys, this is a way basically you can just kind of make that neural pathway, just making that connection between your left side of your brain and your right side of the brain. If you ever start getting tired, just do that.
Do what? Oh, no.
What we just did.
This? The whole.
Yeah, I mean, you're just talking to yourself, be like, alright, so my left side of the brain is controlled by, or the right side is controlled by the left side, the right side controlled by the left side. So just kind of do that thing, and then just kind of bring your hands over, connect it like this, bring it back in. And so basically everything that you're doing here is all it takes your mind, different parts of your mind working together to make those connections to where you actually can coordinate these movements. A lot of people can't do these movements. People have certain brain damage. You got someone to do that stuff, they got brain damage, they couldn't do it.
My grandma.
She can't do this or
Like her whole entire right side is messed up.
yeah, and it's not a physical thing, it's a mental
She
thing.
had a stroke.
She has a stroke, exactly. So it's not that her arm's not working physically, it's just that the brain is not sending the right signals to get the arm to work. So whenever you're connecting,
Yeah, like so like if you like break your back and stuff, it like everywhere. Because like it breaks all your nerves that go all the way to your brain. Your brain can't send signals all the way through.
And you can't move or else you're gonna be frozen, right?
yeah, because if you break your spinal cord is basically, it sends out all the signals to the
It's
rest
like
of
the
the brain.
main nerve.
See, that's why I can't take an epidural. I hope move.
So do it on natural birth and make those skin. Oh no, no.
Ew.
Okay, so
Girl, it just numbs you. Yeah, but I mean, you can move. It's just
Yeah,
numbing stuff.
yeah.
It goes in your lower back, so.
What?
I mean, well, they put it in you.
Epidural?
Oh, no,
All it
no,
does
it's
is
the
whenever
needle.
a woman's giving birth,
It's big.
It's
It's
a
not
way of
in you the
numbing.
whole time.
it's a way of numbing and giving you
That's for
pain
what
relief. They inject the chemical into the spinal
I don't want
column,
to be in pain.
but it's not in the spine, so you gotta be real still to do that.
How can a baby come out from that?
Hey guys, so quick little thing I want to do. So I want you guys serious. So here's an example of what you guys can do. If you guys aren't good at memorizing things, or you feel like you forget things easily, this is what you can do. Okay, so mutualism. One is benefited, and the other is benefited as well, correct?
Yes.
Both go up. So get it back to the middle. Get it back to the middle. So, commensalism. One is benefited when the other is what?
Has no effect.
Has no effect, so he stays the same. Get back to the middle. Okay, give me an example of parasitism. One's benefited, the other is what? Harm. So it goes down low. So, give me, let's go back to the starting point. Okay, let's go back to the starting point. Okay, mutualism. Both are being held. Okay, both are being held. Mutualism, both are being held. Now, show me parasitism. One is harmed, the other is helped.
Go read your book.
Okay, show me commensalism. One is helped, the other stays the same.
It hurts.
Show me mutualism.
I mean, you look like a cheerleader for real.
Parasitism.
We have the leg cocked up. I can't do that. I feel too gay.
You almost had it, bro.
I don't know.
Okay, so go back to starting point. Alright, so now hopefully this physical exercise kind of just made that neural connection in your mind. So that way you don't have to memorize that stuff. So guys, so quick fact review. Quick example. If you're studying for the tax test, and you're not good at memorizing things, it's a great way to associate. It's a great way to associate definitions to physical movements. So great idea right there. Okay, moving on.
Is it really 2:24?
He said I'm exercising.
Okay, so we gotta move with that. So mutualism, sharks. This is just an example. You have a shark that's swimming. You have a more fish that attaches to the shark. He starts feeding off the shark. The shark has bacteria on him. A fish comes by. The fish eats the bacteria because that's what he eats. So he gets food. The shark gets a free cleaning by the fish.
So wait a minute, you saying a fish go up to the shark and get the shark stuff off the shark?
Yeah.
So the fish don't try to eat, the shark don't try to eat the fish?
No, because
the fish helps the shark.
yeah, the fish helps the shark out.
It's like the doctor, basically.
Basically, he's like a janitor, more like a janitor. Because basically, the shark is dirty. The fish comes
So
in
the
with
shark,
all that bacteria.
the shark gonna be tripping.
The shark doesn't want to trip out.
Sharks can did you know that most sharks are blind and they can't really see, so if you're swimming then they just accidentally bite you, not because they're trying to kill you or anything.
Actually,
Actually,
they can sense your movement because you can sense a lot of things underwater. Yeah, they can smell your blood and they can sense you.
How you smell blood?
like in the
They have like
that
really
results
strong
that way?
smell. Like all
I want my food in
animals
the
have really strong smell.
And they already swim with their mouths open.
Yeah, so they're tasting everything, they're smelling everything, and they're feeling everything.
Will they come on the shallow
What you
area?
saying?
Yeah, they will.
Yeah.
You look like
Like nurse sharks, you guys know about nurse sharks. Nurse sharks are actually, they're always coming up to the shallow. Like, nurse sharks are not very harmful compared to the other sharks. They're more of the harmless, they're not very aggressive.
When I was in Jamaica last summer, my cousin, he went into the water, he was playing in the ocean or whatever, and then there's a crab on the way, I guess it was in the way. When he stepped in the water, he started crying, I was like, what are you doing? And the crab had like scratched the bottom of his it was like a big gash.
He was crying.
Hey guys, so that's an example of mutualism.
Taking that porn and she said something
Okay, so commensalism, quick example.
Okay, he can walk on the floor.
Quick example of commensalism. Okay, say you have a big tree.
I do not, but I have one behind my house.
You got a big tree. If a flower is growing on top of that tree, the flower gets more sunlight. It's not under the shade, so it gets all the sunlight it needs.
So wouldn't it be like mistletoe? Like
So mistletoe would be a good example. Let's see, mistletoe. Was that, yeah, the mistletoe. Yeah, mistletoe kind of is parasite. It's parasitic in nature because it actually harms trees. So, but this here is an example of commensalism. If you have a flower on top of a tree, the flower gets more sunlight. The tree is not harmed in any way or helped. So it stays the same. Okay, tapeworms, parasites.
oh, bro, stop.
That right there is a tapeworm. How many of you guys have had a tapeworm?
Isn't that where you eat a lot?
You had a tapeworm? Hey guys, how do you know? How do you know if you have a tapeworm? What are symptoms of someone that has a tapeworm? They're not so much throwing up, but you're weak, you're fatigued. First of all, what do tapeworms do?
What do they do?
You get tapeworm by eating that food.
There you go. They eat the food. So, you guys in the corner. So this is what a parasite does. A tapeworm is a type of parasite. What a parasite does, it's a host. Or no, sorry, it's not a host. It's a parasite that attaches to a host. Basically, if you get a tapeworm inside you, this is what's happening. You're eating food, but the food that you're eating, you're not digesting. It goes to the tapeworm.
So it's like you
The
have
tapeworm's
a
just inside
child
there.
inside of you.
So yeah, it's like you have a little child inside of you. That's
Ew.
eating your food.
Does it grow inside of you?
Yeah, tapeworms grow. They've been tapeworms have been up to like 50 feet long.
Ew. Okay, I have a question.
Yo, mom.
Yeah, it grows
How do you get
Yo,
out?
yo.
Okay. So, bigger question. How do you get tapeworm?
I heard you like
Yeah, it's all like
one inside.
there's so many ways to get it. If you take a gulp of water, they have like
They're pretty loyal. That's really
yeah, so guys, so how do you get it?
How do you get tapeworm?
You guys in the corner.
Hey.
Okay. So how do you guys get a tapeworm? This is how you get a tapeworm. Basically, you guys. Hey.
Christina, just from eating sushi.
I'm sorry,
Okay, so there's many different ways you can get tapeworms. It can be the food you ingest. By eating food that's not cooked properly, by opening your mouth in a lake and you're just taking gulps of water, by getting in cuts. Tapeworms can enter you through all sorts of different types of ways. That's how you can get tapeworms. Basically, it's not going to be just a big old long worm that gets into you. It's going to be a small, very, very small, microscopic little parasite that's going to grow into this. It grows very rapidly. So, in order to get a tapeworm out, what do you have to do? You can't just poop it out. You can't do that. What you have to do first is all parasites. This is one common feature with all parasites. All parasites have what? They have some sort of way of attaching themselves to a host.
What's a host?
A host? Oh my God.
Don't worry about it.
Let me show you. So, let's tap. So basically, let me first talk about how it attaches to you. So, this is what a host is. A host is, think about this. If you're throwing a dinner for somebody, you're being the host, correct? You're basically giving dinner to this guy over here who is eating up all your food. So it's kind of like you're providing the resources necessary to keep him alive. You're the host. You're hosting. So basically, tapeworms. All parasites have a way of attaching themselves to their host, physically attaching themselves. Tapeworms attach to the inside of your intestines. You can't just excrete them out. What you have to do is you first have to kill it so it lets go. You have to kill it with antibiotics, so it kills it, it lets go of its grip, and then you can poop it out. You said what?
That must hurt.
No, they can't, because it would kill them. I mean, yeah.
It's like I'm gonna work for hours and like a day.
What color is it?
It's gonna be looking like that. I mean, it's gonna be looking like that. No, it's gonna be like that. Yeah, it can be looking like that.
Too bad he said white, young.
It's clear.
So, there's different, also, another way is, another way is,
You woke me up.
yeah. You know this girl? Do you know this girl?
No big.
Oh yeah, that's her.
I heard it. You can do that?
Okay, so, also other ways for you guys to get rid of tapeworms is,
Don't talk to me.
have you guys heard of philosophy?
Talk to me.
Shut up.
Basically what philosophy is, they make a hole, guys, but Colostomy. Basically, this is what a colostomy is. A colostomy is basically they surgically make a small hole, a small incision over your intestine, so that way they can just pull it out directly with some forceps, which are like little pliers. So if you guys heard of colostomy bags, basically if you are unable to defecate or go number 2, you can't go number 2. Basically, yeah, you're going to have a hole in your intestine, like right here through your stomach in your little intestine, and you're going to attach a bag to it, so all your excrement goes into that bag. Same thing of trying to actually get a tapeworm out. If you're actually going to have surgery, it goes to do a little incision over your stomach, over your intestines, stick in some little forceps and pull it out. So it's pretty crazy. Yeah.
But you have to be very mature to answer.
Yes.
Okay. Not your poop like sometimes. You know, like it'll be different colors sometimes.
Yeah.
Like what makes it that color in like the form of
Well, basically, no matter what you eat, after your body breaks down, what you put in your body is usually going to come out as being brown, because that's basically what your waste
okay,
looks
so
like.
what do you eat?
If it's
Like
green,
vegetables.
if you eat a lot of vegetables, if you eat a lot of, if you have a lot of,
Why is it running? What if it's running? What does that mean?
if it's running, that means that
You have diarrhea.
it means that you have a lot of water in your system.
Yeah, a lot of
So
water.
if you're dehydrated, so if you're dehydrated, that basically means that you don't have enough water in your system. That means that you're going to have hard stool. If you have a lot of water in your stool, that means you just have an overabundance of water in your stool. But that's not necessarily a bad thing or a good thing. If you get sick, for example, your body's trying to flush out. Your body's trying to flush out whatever is in your system that gets sick. So the way your body compensates for that is basically you're going to have a lot more fluid build up outside of your cells, to where you're going to try and wash out what's affecting your body. That's why you get diarrhea.
I have another question.
Yeah.
You know, like how you have surgery or something?
Yeah.
Why do you lose a lot of weight?
Why do you lose weight when you have surgery? Well, depending on the type of surgery you have.
Because you're doing a sitting being.
Yeah, like it's like my grandma, she had a stroke, so she couldn't eat she couldn't eat solid foods. She had to either eat yogurt or they had to feed it through a tube.
Yeah.
So she lost a lot of weight because she couldn't eat just solid food. She had to eat she had to use a lot of liquids at first, and then she could only eat yogurt and applesauce.
Yeah, so basically, if you're usually most surgical patients, they're gonna go through what they call it Puri. It's called a Puri diet. A Puri diet is basically a diet that's just soft foods and just kind of minimum amounts of food. So when you're coming off from surgery, you're nauseous because you had all that, you had the gas that kind of put you to sleep. And basically, you don't want to throw stuff up, so you eat lightly. So by eating light, you lose weight. By not moving around too much, you're also going to lose weight too. Yeah.
Like a lot of
Did you just
times,
say not moving around too much?
Before you get surgery, I heard I don't know what surgery it was, but they said that you had to you have to do a lot of liquid diets before you.
Yeah, certain surgeries they want you to have a lot of liquid diet, just to reserve
Just to
basically.
clean out your body.
Yeah, it's in your system. And usually for most surgeries, they'll tell you no food or drinks 12 hours prior to surgery, because they don't want you getting nauseous and coughing, throwing up. You throw
Why you
up.
like starving?
If they put you under anesthesia and they have that over you, and you start getting a little bit nauseous and you lose consciousness and you throw up and you regurgitate, all that you're gonna choke yourself. So that's why they say don't eat or drink 12 hours before surgery.
They didn't tell me that when I got my.
Well, was it a local surgery? Did they put you under a local anesthesia? Or
Yeah,
did
I was knocked out.
you were knocked out and it's like you.
They didn't tell me not to eat or drink.
Oh, really?
But I just
I have to get surgery on my job.
Remember, doctors, remember guys, for any doctor, C equals MD. Does that make sense? C equals MD. That means for any doctor that got an MD, it's possible that he get all C's throughout his entire career. You can still be a doctor, you can still get an MD by making C's.
So they
I
can
mean, what's up? That means anybody can be a doctor. Don't let doctors impress you. It's not very impressive. I mean, it can be a little bit, but anybody can be a doctor. And drive license. Okay, so we talked about the evolution of the parasite and the host. Hey guys, so we talked about parasites. So let me ask you guys this: some defining characteristics of parasites. You know, they hook onto you. Who has never had a leech on them?
Ew, that thing sucks your
Okay,
Oh
Michael.
yeah, they suck your butt.
Michael, how did you know that there was a leech on you?
I just looked at it.
Okay, you guys heard what he just said. Listen to what he said. I asked Michael, how did he know a leech was on? He said he looked. He didn't feel it, he looked.
But how you know it's
So, that means that a leech,
I thought it was on your back.
that means basically, that means that you don't feel leeches because all parasites, they have a sort of, they basically excrete a certain sort of anesthesia towards the side of where it's handling. So you don't feel the bite, you don't feel the hook. So basically, whenever Michael walked out, he actually had to visually see the leech. He couldn't feel it because all parasites,
You gotta burn it off.
all parasites, or you usually have to burn it off. All parasites usually will have some sort of natural painkiller at the side. That ensures its viability. That ensures that it will continue to survive. So, Walter,
Like, how do it get on you? Like,
leeches.
Water.
Basically, they're just getting those attached to you. Basically, if you're in usually a creek or a lake of some sort, that's what.
Like bed bugs?
That's what I'm like.
Yeah, kind of like
Bed bugs are real.
yeah, they're
I live in the grass.
They're horrible.
I didn't like
What does it look like?
bad bugs is like, they
I
like
look at it in
little,
the mirror.
Like this?
they like the big,
So, Michael, how'd you get the leech off? You just pull it off? They kind of
My
hurt.
dad
like
also
this big,
like
and
farm.
brown, and they real black.
Yeah, but it's not brown.
And then yellow.
Yeah.
It was like they click like something.
That's not cleaning up.
Yeah.
It was like I had like
Probably
I had like
anxiety.
3 of them.
Ouch.
Oh, really? Three leeches? 3 different leeches? Wow.
That's right, I got bed bugs.
It is.
It was
They
just
bite like this. Red little tiny part. You can feel it. I had it.
So what they did is they put like a medicine to keep it moving, right? So it's why they give it a snack, right? So with this, you say 3 leeches, you pull all 3 of them off yourself?
If I had one like that, I can't cry.
Yeah, you're supposed to kill them. You're supposed to burn them. Because despite their, because the leeches, they grab on real strong. Yeah, and it's to pull it off, it's gonna hurt. It's the same thing too. They might even choose to pull it off. It could be like they're looking. They don't want to do that.
So they told me if they're on for like don't come in.
Yeah, it's alright.
She was able to fix it.
She told my mom to out here, like spiders, wasp, there aren't yellow wasps out here. After a week of well, I don't know spiders they have out here.
It don't dissolve. Like it's, whenever they start
No, but I think like it depends though. Like if you're
constant
like
stress, they start building and building all the salts together, and then they harden up and they can't dissolve. That's what
Are we done with this lesson?
yeah, so yeah, so I think there's a quiz on this. Hang on. Okay. Basically, leeches basically is to create all the just so that all parasites have a sort of natural painkiller.
You know how I did 2.5?
Okay, take a look over here. This is actually a tapeworm diet. It's actually a sign from back in the 1800s. They use tapeworms to actually for people to lose weight,
They still do.
and some people still do. What's up? I don't think it's banned. I think
It's right now. It's still allowed.
it's probably frowned upon. Or you just probably frowned upon. You did? Yeah, I don't think it's banned. I don't think it's banned.
I read the top part.
Oh, really? I think there's some holistic people that still practice it, but tapeworms, like it's actual science.
And I have 30 years.
Well, I would go with Daniel. They're always like
So they want you to eat the seafood.
Yeah. Basically.